cherish all the time you spend, you tuned in to. It's time again to cherish all the time you spend, you tuned in to. It's the number one podcast. The topics of discussion when we broadcast. So all them artificial man jokes, we do it natural from the concrete to a public standpoint. Real, wherever you're from, life is coexisting, but to know the real, you just gotta listen. Wherever you're from, life is coexisting, but to know the real, you just gotta listen.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to the 52 Scott Podcast. I'm your host, K Money, and in the building with me, my co-host, Freddie G, Slash, and Comedian 96. Collectively, we are the Mind of Men. And you can find us on Twitter at 52 Scott Podcast, Instagram and Facebook, the 52 Scott Podcast. And if you're on YouTube, please don't forget to like and or subscribe. Welcome, fellas, to another True Tuesday episode. Last couple of weeks, well, not even the last couple of weeks, man, I've just been noticing that that Amber Alert system, it's an emergency system that we get on our phones. I've been getting a lot of those lately, and
yes, for the last 2 weeks, seemed like.
Yeah, a lot. Well, even before, like I was saying before, then it seemed like actually weekly for a minute it's been going off, and I most recently that was an issue that occurred in Missouri City, Texas, where a 13 or a 14-year-old, if I'm not mistaken,
I think she was 12.
12. Okay, thanks, Freddie G. 12-year-old came up missing, and they actually had video of the young lady getting in a truck and riding off with the perpetrator.
Yeah.
And my concern is when the Amber Alert was actually put out for the young lady. Now let me go ahead and give the definition of not definition, but let me give you a little backdrop on Amber Alert. This was the Amber Alert system began in 1996 when Dallas-Fort Worth broadcaster teamed with local police to develop an early warning system to help find abducted children. Amber stands for America's Missing Broadcast Emergency Response and was created as a legacy to 9-year-old Amber Hagerman, who was kidnapped while riding her bicycle in Arlington, Texas, and then brutally murdered. Other states and communities soon set up their own Amber plans, as the idea was to adopt across the nation. Okay, now my concern is when the Amber Alert was put out for this 12-year-old. If I'm not mistaken, there is a criteria that they go by before they will actually put out the alert, and I want to talk about that as well. Which some of the criteria. This is the Department of Justice recommended criteria to send out an Amber Alert. There's reasonable belief by law enforcement that an abduction has occurred. Now, I want y'all to put a star, as Freddie G would say. I think stick a pin in that one right there. I think Freddie G would say. And I'm gonna repeat that one. There is reasonable belief by law enforcement that an abduction has occurred.
Right.
Okay, another criteria is the law enforcement agency believes that the child is in imminent danger of serious bodily injury or death. Okay, another one, there is enough descriptive information about the victim and the abduction for law enforcement to issue an Amber Alert to assist in the recovery of the child. Okay, and the next one, the abduction of the child aged 17 years or younger. And the last criteria, the child's name and other other critical data elements, including the child abduction flag, have been entered into the National Crime Enforcement Center system, NCIC.
So, that's the last.
Yeah, those are the criteria for Amber Alert to be sent out according to the Department of Justice.
That's okay. So I know that I watch a lot of Law and Order, but I don't know if it's the same thing for every state. But when you go to the police station, sometimes they'll say you can't file a missing report for 24 to 48 hours.
Right.
I noticed that wasn't one of the criteria for them.
Right.
You could just issue one right away then.
But everything that they stated was clear, to my understanding.
I mean, like if you,
but there's no time limit on the Amber Alert versus putting in a missing persons report.
But
you get what I'm
if you
saying?
just go to the police saying that a child is missing, does it meet all these other criteria?
But they'll say if I'm not mistaken, Freddie G, I mean, you pretty much good with the law. They'll say you have to wait to file a missing persons report. You have to wait 24 to 48 hours. It's one of those, right?
Yeah, I think part of that applies to adults, because an adult technically, you can be missing, but if you're grown,
right? You don't have to tell nobody.
But kids run away.
No,
too.
But they're talking about abduction.
When you're asking about a missing persons report,
right?
What I'm saying to what you're saying, is I think what you're talking about applies to when it's speaking of adults.
Okay.
I don't know.
Missing person. I don't know. I'm not sure, but I was just wondering. But the Amber Alert, according to his criteria, there's no time.
There's no time.
You can just do it right away.
Right.
So I guess that's like substitute to waiting that 24 to 48 hours. You can't go to the police until the 24 to 48 hours.
Well, he just said like those 5 criteria have to be met.
Yeah.
In order to,
I don't think all 5. I think one of those 5 has to be this situation.
Okay, Money, can you clear it up?
Well, all 5 have to be met in order for Amber Alert to be sent out.
So, but now, didn't one of them, not to cut you off, didn't one of them say something that as if the child had been abused?
No, I'm sorry.
It said the law enforcement agency believes that the child is in imminent danger of serious bodily injury or death. Okay. So, I guess they have to know, have some type of reasoning that a child is in danger. But anytime a child is missing, I feel that they're in danger.
Now that's where the problem is in that one right there. Because what do you mean?
Yeah.
If you feel
maybe
somebody ran off with this child.
No, he's saying if he's in danger, maybe he.
No, listen. The child has been taken away without permission. Period.
Well, they do have a more descriptive definition on it. It says plans require a child be at risk for serious bodily harm or death before an alert can be issued. This element is clearly related to the law enforcement's recognition that stranger abductions represent the greatest danger to children. The need for timely, accurate information based on strict and clearly understood criteria is critical. Again, keeping in mind that using the best judgment approach. Okay. So
So tell me a little bit more about that girl.
Yeah, the young lady, the 12-year-old that was abducted. Well, I'm not going to use the word abducted because she willingly got in the truck. However, the Amber Alert wasn't sent out immediately. When she came up missing. Now, to my understanding, the news actually reported it before Amber Alert was sent out. 6 times.
I think it was 6 days.
6 days after she came up missing is when the Amber Alert went out.
She had been missing for 6 days before the Amber Alert came out.
And
wow.
6 days. That's now, the family did try to have an Amber Alert sent. However, they didn't meet all of these criteria. Yeah, and that's my issue right there. If the family know, for one, a 12-year-old,
right,
and gone for 6 days. Yeah.
So I get it. They should have issued an Amber Alert
a lot sooner.
Much sooner.
But playing devil's advocate, to flip, right? The criteria that need to be met, that the law enforcement had to believe that he is in imminent danger. Believe that an abduction has occurred. That's the pin that you put.
Right.
The abduction had occurred, and 17 years or younger. and she has to be entered into the NCIC database.
Correct.
And I guess you'll be entered into the database once it's reported, for the most part, right?
Right.
And what was the last one? I think it was descriptive info about the child, right? So, if I had to guess, in the pen that you were talking about, I think the pen that you were talking about is what delayed the Amber Alert.
Yes, I think the video that they were showing,
She willingly
She
got
was
in the
not.
truck.
got in
Yeah,
there.
it didn't
So
look like she was in
and they
imminent
delayed
danger
it.
at all.
And then
Right.
on top of that, they
Yeah.
discovered that she was on an adult app.
right.
Oh, I didn't know that
Yeah,
part.
she was on an adult app.
I think the young lady was fast. However, 12 years old.
Yeah.
Still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And earlier on the one we were talking about, Slash, it mentioned the law enforcement had to basically feel that this is occurring. But with a 12-year-old, I don't understand. There's
Right.
nothing to really think about.
That's what I'm saying.
I agree with that. But let's go deeper, right? When the imminent danger, the law enforcement has to believe there's an imminent danger. First, I would think that they would have to establish, we got to find out whether or not she was actually with a stranger or a relative. I know mom them says she's missing, but I'm sure she has a bunch of relatives too, right? And a lot of times, Amber Alerts don't go out even when somebody's missing with their parent.
Yeah, that's true.
And then because you got to feel that there really some danger there, or is he or she just gone with mom or just gone with dad? Now I know mom is on the thing on the TV,
Right.
but could it be uncle? Could it be cousin?
But I have seen those alerts go out when they have been with relatives.
No.
Yeah. Now with those alerts that go out with relatives, they probably proven, hey, this person is crazy. This was a part of some domestic violence. This is something going on. So I'm not making an excuse.
No,
It should have went out.
I hear what you're saying. As far as you not making an excuse, I can't go by that example as far as them proving that this person is crazy or anything like that. Because I think they're going more or less on hearsay. Because I can't see how they could prove something to that magnitude that quick to send out an Amber Alert, not knowing how long it took before it actually went out.
Right.
Like I've seen like Amber Alerts where there's domestic violence involved, and the dad took the child. The violence was domestic.
Okay,
there was violence.
That's the proof right there.
And so Amber Alert, imminent danger.
Yeah, and then to Freddie G's point, we have Facebook pages. So how many Amber Alerts, and it's not even a true Amber Alert from your phone, it's just, hey, have you seen this person? He's been missing. It even probably didn't meet those criteria for Amber Alert, but they're really missing.
Oh,
and
there's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, it'll come across your Facebook page. Hey, have y'all seen this? They left the house at such and such. I know you didn't see those come across.
Okay,
your
I know
page.
you guys probably seen this other one that recently came out. It was a baby that was missing, and the baby was with his mother.
Yeah.
But they said they felt that the baby was in danger because it was some medicine that the baby, I guess, didn't have.
Right.
Now I'm sitting there wondering the whole time, if the baby's with his mother, how could it be in danger?
Right.
You know,
Right.
I don't get it. Go ahead, Freddie G. You was about to say something.
Yeah, I think that we're kind of programmed to think danger automatic, like they're in danger of a person doing something to them. In that case with that baby had some physical deformity. By looking at the child, I mean, I can't prove it, but you know, a Down syndrome baby they all kind of got this look about themselves.
Right.
And that baby looked like Down syndrome and probably some other stuff, but they're saying that, hey, this child doesn't have its medicine, so he is in danger. So I think that we're programmed to think that danger only applies to one on one spectrum, if the spectrum is the right word.
Well, I just couldn't understand if he's with his mother and the mother knows that this child has this condition, why she wouldn't have the medicine needed with him to even put him in that danger. So was something wrong with moms?
It's possible. Look at it this way: Now I don't know. I'm just kind of trying to think outside the box.
Right.
Let's say you're married, or you have. She didn't have that child by herself. She got the right. There's a father.
Right.
So what if the father's looking for his child, and mama done took the child, and she was tripping? So I mean, it's all kind of ways. I'm not making excuses,
that could be
but
very possible.
just something to think about when you're thinking. You know, and the flip side with dad that took the baby.
Yeah.
This child could be in danger.
It's very rare for it to be the way you possibly saying that, but that very well may be true. You know, she could have abducted her own child and put him in danger, which is why the Amber Alert was sent out. But yeah, with the young lady, you know, she was found shortly, not within 24 hours after that Amber Alert was sent out, 6 days after being missing.
Yeah.
So just think, had it been sent out sooner, you know, she would have been found a lot sooner.
So did they charge the person that's responsible for that? Did they catch that person?
Yeah, he did get. It was 27-year-old that she was found with.
Because you know what that sounds like. After now, you've been there 6 days, and here comes the Amber Alert, and now all of a sudden you coming out. You know.
Well, they were afraid that she was going to be used for trafficking.
Yeah.
You know, that's what the story was.
Well, that could have been worse.
Yeah.
Yeah. That guy, he did receive some charges.
Yeah.
With possible upgrades, but that girl had to be tested or go through whatever deal at the hospitals and
Rape
stuff that they go. I would
stuff like
assume.
that.
I would assume.
The formalities.
Yeah.
Right.
But they were able to charge him with a few things. But I'm sure that there's some stiffer penalties coming down the line.
In line.
Yeah, but it should happen. It should be definitely, because that's kidnapping and everything else.
Well, again, you got kidnapping is going to be hard to prove because, again, she
got
did
in
willingly.
there.
Yeah, that videotape is going to be very powerful. And to his defense,
but kidnapping part is he held her against her will. He didn't bring her back. That's where the kidnapping happened at.
Well, I would assume that holding her against her will had to be proven because she willingly got into the vehicle.
But she didn't willingly come back, so that means she wanted to be there.
Well,
at this point,
yeah, that's the thing. She willingly got into the vehicle.
She was on dating site.
Now, while she's in the vehicle, she could have said, "Turn around, take me home."
Right.
We can't prove that.
Exactly.
But what can be proven is that she willingly got in.
it in. Right.
Like that's the only thing I can see helping this young man.
So that's the only thing can help him in the case. So should that have been an Amber Alert now?
I still feel
that
after
way.
day one the young lady
Yeah.
was missing.
Yeah.
It should have been an Amber
But
Alert as
look
a
at
parent.
it this way. Look at it this way. What if she was, and I know some of you guys had a situation where you just have those rebellious kids, and I'm finna go with my uncle. I'm finna go with my aunt.
Well, she was a
and
fast
don't tell nobody.
12-year-old.
And don't tell
Exactly.
nobody where she went. And then they issued this Amber Alert, but she really just on the other side of town.
Say what you said again,
house.
Slash. I totally agree with that
Yeah,
statement.
she just a fast little
Yeah.
12-year-old.
No,
you know.
I know. I'm saying, the point in saying is, it just say they issued it, and she just so happened to went to her aunt's house because she was mad at her mom and dad.
Well, that's kinda what
and
you
didn't
was-
tell nobody. That
But here's the thing.
That's,
Here's the
you
thing
know.
with that. Then that makes the aunt in cahoots.
Right. She should have communicated.
You should have still. Hey, that's your sister or your
Right.
your
Somebody
the brother's
should have
child.
said something.
Hey, look.
Such and such
She don't
over
want
here.
me to know you to know that she over here. But we got her.
Yeah,
She over there.
I'm just saying the reasoning why for the Amber Alert, because if they'd have issued it and the whole time they was at the aunt's house, it would have just, I think those Amber Alerts, I think they cost, don't they? It's got to be a cost to them.
Yeah.
Well, they cost
Yeah.
taxpayers money.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So
I think
I'm not. 6 days is way too long, but
it is.
honestly, I think that there should only be one criteria to meet the Amber Alert, and that is if you're 17 years or younger. Let me elaborate. If a parent is going to the police station to say, "Hey, my child
Is missing.
who is a minor is missing,"
boom.
keyword minor. That's the only criteria that needs to be met for an Amber Alert to go out, in my opinion. We don't care whether or not you got to determine he or she is in imminent danger. We don't care.
Take too long.
Once I've reported it to you, you're going in the NCIC database anyway.
I agree.
But it's got to be a certain amount of hours at least.
Hold on. I agree with that, Freddie G. But what if that child is 16 and he's just one of them children that's just... yeah.
Okay, so...
And the police is well aware of this, so they wouldn't take that call serious after you know, if that child has that reputation.
Yeah, here's the thing. According to the law, if you're under 18, you're considered a minor, right?
Facts.
Now, when you say the police know that this child is that type of child to go back and forth, the bottom line is the police are here to protect and serve.
Facts.
And we pay their tax, their dollars, their salary, right?
Yep,
so at the end of the day, I don't give a damn if my child go missing every 2 days. I'm still a concerned parent. I can't find my child. I know my child is hot-headed, fast, loose, or he is wild and crazy. I still don't want nothing to happen to him in the streets.
That's right.
So at the end of the day, I can't find my child.
Should be the only
need all hands on deck
immediately
to be looking out for my child, because he or she is still a minor. I pay your salary. You got a job to do. I don't care if he or she is wild and wilding out. I can't find my child. Help me find my child.
That's a good speech, man. I'm sure that they will listen to it. And in a perfect world, they would probably go out and look for your child. But as soon as they left and drove off, you know damn well they go into the nearest donut shop and be like, "Fuck that child." You know what I'm saying? If he or she had that reputation, I just feel
the only other speech I enjoyed more was the "I Dream."
Here's the thing, though. Here's what's crazy though about that. No, here in Houston, y'all know Chief Troy Finner.
Right.
There's like over 250,000 cases
of what missing.
No, they were kind of washed under the rug. Like,
you know, it was two. They demoted two chiefs, assistant chiefs.
Yeah, they sure did.
One of them I played with on the Riverside Cowboys, Kevin Deese.
Yeah,
he was one of those that was
neglecting cases and pretty much they ain't following up, they ain't doing nothing, just suspending them. Just putting them out. And some of these were sexual assault cases.
Yeah. Wow, that's
I think
bad, man.
Out of the 260 or 50-some thousand, 4,000 were like sexual assault cases.
They found even the ones, the bigger one, I thought, and I think they
and not the shift gears came on.
The 83 cars they found in the bayou. I think it was 80 something they found in the bayous, and they swept that one under the rug because what you got cars in the bayou for? 80 something. That's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot.
So.
Man, well, I'm not negating that the Amber Alert system is not a good system, because it's definitely effective. I just think, you know, if there is a criteria, it shouldn't take much to meet, nor should it be, and I'm not accusing anybody or any system of being discriminatory. However, I do feel that had this young lady had an alert been sent out a lot sooner for this young lady that came up missing or that was missing for 6 days in Missouri City, Texas, she would have been found a lot sooner. I want to thank y'all for joining and listening. Join us next week. Have a good one. This concludes another True Tuesday episode, and be sure you tune in tomorrow for Women Wednesday with Freddie G. And don't forget to follow us on Twitter at 52 Scott Podcast, on Instagram and Facebook, the 52 Scott Podcast. And for all you YouTubers, don't forget to like and subscribe. And to all my 52 Scott faithfuls, it may be new to you, but if you heard it here, then you know it's true.